Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Loch Briar Knits podcast. I'm Kelly, your hostess, and this is episode, I'm going to say 163. I'm about 93% sure I'm correct, but I could not be. I'm pretty sure I am. It is June 4th. It is my oldest niece's birthday. I have my water because it's stinking hot outside. I got back from my walk. I showered. You're welcome. It was not pretty. It was hot. It's hot out. I've started a new sweater. I have a finished I have two finished objects, and you'll understand the face when I show you. I also am going to talk about Christmas knits. That's right. Christmas knits in June. And if you can hear these grunting noises, somebody is sitting with her neck resting on the rung of my chair, and that's the sound you get. I should check and make sure I turned this on. Yeah, I did. So let's start off with finished objects. I was doing a Musselburgh hat the last episode out of Don't Kill My Vibe by Sweet Skein of Mine, and this was deep stash, and I wanted to make it long enough so that I could fold the brim up. I also, for this one, I didn't do the cast on that Isolda Teague has you do, and I also didn't do the crochet cast on, which I normally do, which Nitty Natty has a tutorial on. I literally just cast on 8 stitches and went to town, just normally. And as you can see, it's fine. So I'm doing that from now on because the cast on, me and that cast on are not friends. And I know they say it's fiddly, and it is. And the crochet one I found a bit easier, but me and crochet are not friends. So even that was fiddly for me. Here it is in all of its glory. Oh, and I can double it up quite far, which is what I wanted for the colder days, so that I've got like a really big brim on my head when I'm out walking her at 5:30 in the morning in the winter. But the other thing I like is that I can also wear it slouchy, but still have the brim. So I can still bring the brim down to cover my ears like this and still have like a little bit of slouch to it, or I can wear it. Okay, let's just, this is going to go over really well. I don't know what my hair is going to look like by the end of this. Okay, there. So I can also wear it like super slouchy if I just want to wear it like this. That's what I love about this Musselburgh hat, is that you can really customize. I mean, you can pretty much do that with any hat, really. But I just love the thickness. So it can get really cold here in the wintertime. I'm in Nova Scotia, Canada, so we're in HRM, so we're right on, well, really almost anywhere in Nova Scotia is right on the ocean, but we're right on the ocean. So it can get a little chilly. So this is perfect for when I take the dog out, because I walk her at 5:30 in the morning and it gets cold. I really like that I can kind of customize this. I can wear it a bunch of different ways. It's, even if you're just wearing it slouchy on its own, it's still doubled, so it's nice and warm. So I absolutely love it. And also, I absolutely love this yarn. If you're watching this, Amanda, you really need to bring this back. Just for me. The other thing I did when I finished this was I made a little sweater for for Christmas, the little Christmas sweaters that I make. Honestly, and I see this and I'm like, now I really want a sweater out of this yarn. I do have one skein left. That's not going to get me a sweater, but I do have one skein left, and I'd say I probably have a ball about this big left. So that's out of the first skein I have of that. And I just love it. And I know summer's just starting, but every time I knit myself a cozy hat, I want to wear it. I just want to wear it. So the other thing I did finish, this is my first sock for, it's supposed to be for my sister-in-law for Christmas, but I'm going to have to double check the size because I'm a little concerned that, oh, no, you know what? I think it will fit her. I have small feet, and I think she's a size 8. I have it written down. And these definitely stretch a little when you wear them. So I think I should be fine. I am going to double check though. So I've got this much left of the first skein, and I have the other skein right here. So I just got these at we have by the Schooner house, our cottage, I think it's called the Variety Store, and they carry a lot of like Kroy sock yarn and Briggs and Little, and then they have like some cotton and acrylic stuff there too. But they do have a lot of kind of self-striping sock. So there's a few other brands they have that are a little more expensive. Like this one only cost $6.59. So yeah, like what, $14? No. Yep. Nope, $16. You know, to get a pair of socks. The other sock I'm knitting is another Christmas gift. And this is made from Celtic Raven, and it is called By the Sea, I believe. So this is the skein. I don't know if they're still dyeing or not, but this is the skein. And I'm on the second sock now. I've brought my sock blockers down, but this is what it looks like. Like, look at the color. As soon as I started knitting this up, I really regretted that I was giving it away. I'm like the worst gift knitter ever because as soon as I start knitting it up, I'm like, maybe I should just shorten this because I have the smallest feet in my family. Well, maybe my mom. My mom's close to my size, but I'm like a 5.5. And I think my mom's a 6. So I've got like puny feet. So if I knit them for me, they're not going to fit anybody else. And if I knit them for anybody else, they're not going to fit me. So I forced myself to keep going until they were the size of the person that I'm giving those to. And then I started the second sock. I do try to start the second sock as soon as I finish the first sock, just so that you don't run into that like second sock syndrome, because sometimes you just want to go on to something shiny and new because you've already feel like you've done it. But I've got this far along, and I'm doing these as part of the Sox-A-Long that Soxy Nana Alice, not Soxy Alice Nana. Thank you, dyslexic brain. And then Diane from My Pink Bathtub are doing a year-long knit-along where you knit a pair of socks or more than one. I manage one per month. Although this month, I may get 2. Because I got a couple on the go. I'm knitting these up, and kind of that's keeping me on track because I am doing a lot of gift knitting this year since I'm retired and I don't have money to buy gifts. A lot of money, but I'm going to spend it on my husband. So that is my finished object started, not finished object, half finished objects, and I've started the next one. The other one I'm doing is from my new colorway that's in the shop now, and it is called Summer Sorbet, and it's got all of these like lovely bright colors. I was going to call it Summer Explosion, but I already have Spring Explosion for the other colorway I did. I've started knitting this up. I love how it's knitting up. Like, it's just, I mean, the colors are so like bright and happy. Like, look at that. Oh, I love it. So these are going to be for me. at this point anyway. I just got a start on that because I wanted to see how that knit up. I did do a little triangular sample, but I wanted to see how it knitted up as a sock as well. So I took what was left from the triangle skein that I did the triangle out of, because I only need, I think I usually have, I'd say 56 grams, I think, to make a pair of socks for me. The other things I'm going to be knitting up, and I haven't decided yet what I'm going to knit with these, but they're both one skeins. They're both, it's a Petunia, which is in my shop right now. And this is Spring Explosion, which is also in the shop right now. And I want to use up the whole skein for each of them. And I think what I might do is make the vineyard shawl, and I can't remember who the designer of that is, but I will put it down below. I was looking at different one skein shawls, and I just really like that one, and I knit it, oh God, years ago. I think I knit it around the time, or maybe shortly thereafter, when I started this podcast. So that's like 7, 8 years. Time flies. So anyway, I have always wanted to knit another one, and I think it's a good one skein shawl that will show up the colors. That's the plan, at least for one of them. And then I may change my mind, do something different with one of the other ones. But I think this one is just begging to be a vineyard shawl. Let's see, what else? Oh, the other thing, and I think I'll do this today, is I'm going to make another little sweater. And I'm going to do this out of one of my other colorways. This isn't in the shop right now, but it'll probably return in the fall. This is September Morn. And I'm going to make another little sweater out of that. I have a bag. Did I bring it here? No, I didn't. Just like one of my sock sacks, which are sort of like about that big. And they're jammed full of little balls about this size that I want to make the little sweaters out of, because I want to also give those as Christmas gifts. This one I'm keeping, and I can probably get two sweaters out of this, so I may keep one for myself, and then one will go as a gift. I'm just really kind of trying to think ahead so that I'm not doing the mad dash. I mean, I'm probably still gonna be doing a mad dash at the end. That mad dash in December during Vlogmas, where I'm trying to finish everything to get all of the Christmas knits done. But I know that my brother-in-law, I think, wants another pair of the Briggs and Little socks, and I find the Briggs and Little Tuffy sock, I find it really hard to knit. It's hard in my hands when I knit it, and I don't know if I just have like some sort of death grip on the needles when I'm doing it. I don't know exactly, but anyway, the new sweater I have cast on, I decided to cast on. I was kind of going back and forth, and I thought, you know what? I've already got this one bagged up, so I am just going to start knitting it, because I was in the mood to do some color work. So I decided to do My Fletching by Jessica McDonald. The color work in it is pretty simple. It's one color, just what my brain was looking for. And I think I'm on the third pass of the colorway, and there's 4 total. I don't have a whole lot of room on the needles. I was going to change it to a bigger needle, but then I thought I'm only going to have to change back once I separate for the sleeves, so I decided not to. See if I can flatten it out. So there we go. I absolutely love how these colors look together. I mean, honestly, red, dark red and gray I love it. These are both Wool of the Andes Stroll Tweed. And the gray is, I think it's Dove Heather. Yes, the gray is Dove Heather. And the red is Currant. So, that's the two. It is knitting up pretty quickly. The color work is quite simple, and yet I screwed something up in the second, and I inked it all the way back, and I counted my stitches, and I started again, and it was a little better. It's only a small section, and for the life of me, it's like literally about 4 inches maybe. So you can kind of see, so you're going along just fine, and then all of a sudden, where'd it go? Down here in the bottom, you can kind of see that there is like kind of like this little extra thing. And I tinked this thing back 3 times, and whatever I was doing, I kept doing it. And I could not figure out why. And then I managed to like get it down to just like this one small section, because it was actually sort of starting halfway through. By the 3rd try, when I was still getting that little bit in that small section, I said, screw it. I'm just moving on. So it's not, I don't think it's noticeable enough. Like, it's not noticeable enough to really irritate me. But for the life of me, I wish I could have figured out what I was doing. But for the life of me, I could not. I could not figure out what I was doing wrong. 3 times. All the other things were right. And I was doing it right. And I thought, well, I must have just missed a stitch, like put in an extra stitch or started too soon, which I think I did do, because when I went back and then I started knitting along, it had corrected itself. And then when I got to the end, I looked back and realized that this little section was still off a bit. So I tinked it back, and I did it again, and the same thing happened, at which point I said, I don't care. And on I went to the next section, which is turning out fine. But I think this is going to be a beautiful sweater. I'm not really fussed about that little hitch up in it. Once I get the color work done, it's pretty much just straight knitting. So I'm on the 3rd one, and I'm just on the top bit. So I just have the rest of that and then this to go. And then it's just straight knitting. And I love the colors. I love the color. I just love the way the color is popping. It's just lovely. So I am really happy with the color choices I made. That is all of what's on my needles. The other thing I did was move some of my stuff out of the way so I've got some room. So I went and found some things that I had knit up last year that I had intended for Christmas gifts. And then I forgot that I made them. And I don't even remember who I made them for, or if I just knitted them up because I felt like it, and then I was just gonna gift them to whoever. Here is what I have. I made these for my sister, and I'm a little concerned they're going to be too big. So I may give these to her and then give her another pair as a backup, because then she can just kind of use these for like bed socks or whatever. You know what I mean? I mean, I know her feet are bigger than mine, so I'm making the other pair for her smaller, but I just feel like they might be too thick this way. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll find out. I made this. I'm hoping I don't. Okay. It's just like a little quick cal I made out of some leftovers. I really like it. And it's nice and warm, and it kind of stays up against your neck because it's not like super big. So I don't know what my hair is going to look like by the end of this. So it's just like a ribbing at the top and the bottom, and then just some leftovers. And this was all worsted weight, so it'll be nice and warm. So I don't know who I'm gonna gift that to, but I think I'll gift that for the Christmas. What's that holiday? Man. Then I also have 2 Sophie scarves that I knit from leftover yarn. So I have this one. I got these all blocked. I might have shown these on a previous episode. So that's really, I love these little Sophie scarves. I find them really enjoyable to knit. I cannot remember the yarn this was out of. I think this might have been what I made my ranunculus out of, which I never wear anymore because I just feel it's too small. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I might just donate it. And this is made out of Illimani, and I made this one a little bigger because I had a fair bit left and I just wanted to keep going until. But the Illimani yarn, of course, is so, like, it's the Echo Llama. It's so soft. I might keep this one for me. But, oh, I just love it. I love the look of the Sophie scarf. It's just kind of classy looking. It's not overdone. It's not heavy. It's perfect to throw on in the shoulder seasons, but it's also really nice. Like, I'll wear these all day long in the winter just to keep my neck warm. So I have 2 of those, and I'm not sure, again, who I'm gifting those to. And then I may have made this for my sister and then decided to give her something else. It's just a shawl made out of odds and ends. And I don't know who I was making this for, but it may have been her, maybe. I haven't even trimmed my ends yet. Can you see them? But this, I mean, like, you could put it, just wear it as a cozy, and it's just so bright and cheerful. Like, I just love all the bright colors in it. So I don't know, I don't even know if I blocked this yet. I don't know if I did or not. So maybe I do need to block that. I may give it a block anyway, just to be on the safe side. So I may give this to my sister, or I may give it to my niece. My niece is going away to college next year, so that might be a nice. And then in the bottom of the bag here is the socks that I've made so far for Christmas, because I'm gifting a fair number of socks as well. I'm trying to make a pair of socks for everybody this year. One thing I think I'm going to have to start doing, though, is marking down what I gave somebody for Christmas, like in prior years. So I mean, it's fine if they get socks, because, you probably wear through socks faster, and, who can't use a lot of socks? Hand knit socks. So that is pretty much all that's on the go, I think. But yes, so that's kind of everything that's on the go. And I do find, I mean, I'm loving knitting that sweater, and but I am also really enjoying kind of quick, smaller projects, especially now that it's starting to get really stinking hot. Can you see? You can't see the heat, but you can see it's sunny. It'll be sunny through the week. We have had, I think, 8 weekends in a row where it's rained. for the weekend. Every time we go to the schooner house, it's usually rainy, which is not great. I'm like, I just want to sit on the deck and knit. And I think right now it's calling for, I think Friday's going to be fine. And we usually go up Friday morning because my husband can work from there. And I don't have to. So he usually goes out for like 7 o'clock in the morning and starts to work. And I will go do my writing in the morning at the coffee shop. And then I'll come back here, grab my stuff, and pick up the dog, and then head out around like 10 o'clock. So I think I'm really hoping we actually get some sunshine this weekend. I think my husband is going to go out and mow the lawn tonight, just in case we don't, which is what he did last week, but makes for such a long day for him. But at least he doesn't have to do it on the weekend. He can relax. Anyway, so that is about everything that's going on. And I will check back in with you guys probably in a couple of weeks, I think. Maybe have some more socks finished. Maybe a couple little sweaters. I do want to start knitting through that big bag of little balls. I'm tempted to also cast on another Musselburgh hat, just because I love, like in the summertime, I love small projects and monotonous knitting where I can just sit in the deck and just knit and not have to follow a pattern or think. I can just relax and just knit. Long live Stucking Knit Stitch. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. So I am going to let you guys go and get this edited and maybe even up today because it's not even noon hour yet. And yeah, so until next time, I will see you in the June vlog. I will see you in the next episode, which is possibly going to be before the June vlog. So until then, happy knitting, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!